Hi, my name is Wally Simmons and I'm going to be presenting to you my magazine that I've created. So the name of my magazine is Rocker, and I've been asked by the London Magazine to generate my ideas for a new music magazine based in the North London area. To help me with this, I've been doing some research over the last couple of weeks and I've taken notice of the popular music magazines within this area, such as rock, jazz, pop and a cappella. I came up with 3 different pitched ideas for the different music genres which my research showed were the most popular within the North London area. These were rock, pop and jazz. I created 3 mind maps for each of the genres, laying out all my ideas so I can visually see which genre would best suit my magazine in order for it to excel. I then came to the conclusion that rock would be the ideal genre to fit my magazine. So here's my mind map. On my mind map, I made sure to include all of my main important ideas, such as the price, the content of the magazine itself, the fonts, the pricing, the target audience, and the name of the magazine, just so I could visually see all my ideas laid out. I haven't been able to add out my mood board, but all of my mood board is just rock bands which are legendary and lots of different colours involved to show to set the tone for my mood board. And fonts, so these are the 3 main fonts that I want to use in my magazine. The first font I really like as the headline, which I may use as it's bold and stands out, which is eye-catching to its target audience. The second one I've also thought could be a good potential idea for the headline, as it's bold and it's slightly different from the one above. And then elephant at the bottom I thought would be a really nice one to use for the subtitles within my magazine. So the target audience for my magazine are 17 to 25-year-old men. I came up with this age range as I conducted a survey for my research where I asked men who were locals of the North London what type of music genre they were most interested in reading, and my feedback showed that the majority of 17 to 25-year-old men were the ones who enjoyed reading magazines based on rock the most. So, distribution and price. The price of my magazine is £2.99, as I've taken into consideration that because the target audience does start off from 17-year-old men and boys, they may not be able to afford a more high-end magazine, and the distribution of my magazine will be at the first day of every month because it gives the target audience something to look forward to at the start of every month rather than coming out weekly like mainstream magazines do. Here is a sketch of the front cover of my magazine. So at the top I've done my headline really big and I'm going to have it in red just because I think that's a classic rock colour, and then the whole colour theme of my magazine is going to be red, black and white just because they're simple but still eye-catching and basic. And then these are the magazines which are in competition with my ones. I'm going to make sure that my magazine are different from these ones, as I'm going to make sure it contains lots more exclusive information such as interviews from upcoming North London artists.
Okay,
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Any questions? No? Okay. For me, what I would say is your target audience, you said targeted just men. Why just men? Are women going to be banned from?
No, well, when I did my survey, the results that came back were that more men were most interested in rock magazines than women were interested in pop or jazz, so I just thought it would suit the area more to do a magazine.
But what is it about the magazine that is going to be directly aimed at men?
I think, well, my upcoming artist that I'm featuring in the magazine is a male of the target, like the same age as the target audience.
Right.
So that will happen. And also just the whole colour scheme of the magazine.
Okay. So let me just put this to you. If you've got rock bands or anything like that and they're males, let's take this to a different genre. Let's say it was pop, boy band. Who is their target audience generally, overall?
Generally young teen girls.
Young teen girls, okay, fine. So if suddenly you transfer that to rock, what makes suddenly the target audience go from girls to men?
I think because I featured in there quite a lot of heavy rock music is
Right.
my base, and I feel like when I did my survey and research, men were the ones that most come back saying how they prefer that type of music rather than women when I asked.
Okay, so is it more down to the fact that in your survey more men answered
Yeah.
your survey
Yeah.
than women?
Yeah, it's completely
Right.
down to the research that I did.
Fine, okay. Personally, I would open up your target audience to both men and women because you'll be significantly broadening your chance of actually selling this magazine on a wider scale. Okay, so I would definitely open it up to a far wider target audience. Also, you just mentioned mainstream magazines come out weekly. Do mainstream magazines come out weekly? Or
Well, the magazines that I researched in the North London area, the
Yeah.
rock magazines that I researched,
Yeah.
most of those ones came out weekly or every 2 weeks.
okay,
So I wanted to make sure that my magazine was different from that, so that it would each month it would contain
Okay.
new content, relevant content, rather than just it be repetitive.
okay. The only thing I would say is just make sure that you put in there examples of the ones that come out weekly,
okay.
just so that you can back it up. Because you then had your competition, which is brilliant, but they're monthly.
Fine.
So you just need to make sure that you're covering yourself when you come out with mainstream magazines come out weekly, and then don't show us
Okay.
mainstream magazines that come out weekly. Okay. Also, just a little pointer as well. Your first slide, where you've got the objective. Yeah, that one there. That is a lot of writing. Okay, a lot of writing. Cut that down and just have it as bullet points,
Okay.
and make sure that you are filling in the gaps, because a PowerPoint should always supplement what you're saying. Okay, it shouldn't be the script, because otherwise you could just put the first slide on, say, have a read, and I'll come back to you in 30 seconds.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it's that sort of thing. Okay, so just make sure that you're the one that's delivering all the information. All right. Also, what's the other thing? Just make sure that you know the technical language as well. You mentioned headline, but I think you meant masthead.
Yes.
Yeah. So just
Okay.
make sure that you know the technical language, because again, when you do this for real, you will be sat in front of someone that has worked in the business,
Yeah.
and they
yeah,
will
that would
be
be a
careful.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That goes for everyone here. Just make sure that you know your technical language as well. Okay. Cool. All right.
Thanks.
Lovely. Thank you.